Next part of this stuff, evidence basis. Most of what is taught in the martial arts and combatives community on gun disarms is utter crap.
Palm pepper spray has recently reformulated for even more effect when you bless the deserving with the hot sauce. Palm is what I use between a harsh word and a gun and encourage everyone to do likewise.
The big dog that you can see on the TikToks for that right now is that Dale Brown, the Detroit guy. Okay? Yeah, he's a moron, right? You know the bad part of him is he actually believes this crap. If you put him in a gi, he's the epitome of every bad 80s martial arts teacher. He's teaching the same stuff they were teaching in the 80s and early 90s on bad martial arts disarms. And they don't work. How do I know that? I know it for absolute truth. He recently did a collab with Master Ken. Anybody familiar with Master Ken? Master Ken is a character, okay, who is a joke of every bad martial arts teacher ever, but people don't associate he's a character. His actual name is Matt Page. Matt was in Paper Tigers on Netflix over last summer, right? Great movie to go watch, by the way. Matt's a friend of mine. He's a filmographer and a real martial artist. And as soon as I saw their collab, I texted Matt. I was like, Matt, please God, tell me he's Gunmaster Ken. And this is a character and a joke. And he's like, oh no, he literally believes everything he's saying. No way. Oh yeah. Even after people have come and like showed how goofy it is and how wrong, he still buys this crap. But that stuff gets taught, and it gets taught even by people who aren't as bad as that guy. Okay? So again, this is the principles. We came up with the 5Ds+1 in gun disarms and knife disarms, not from a basis of martial arts, not from a basis of dogma, from watching real disarms. I see real people disarm gunmen all the time. So when I hear folks say, well, you know, you should never try to disarm a gunman because it never works. I go, hogwash, I see it work literally all the time. As long as you follow the principles. +1 is distance. You got to control the distance. If you don't start a disarm attempt from the right distance, when you have shorter arms than the bad guy, you lose every time. And then it's deflect, dominate, distract, disarm, disable. We see it again and again and again. If you want explanations of those things, go on the channel. I put that out, and I don't even care. I don't care if you credit me with it. I don't care if, you don't got to pay me for it. Just use it. I don't want people to die. I mean, if you credit me with it, that'd be cool. But I don't even care about that. Like, it's out there in the world. You know where I built this from? I'll tell you where I built the 5Ds+1 from. +1 comes straight from me. The 5Ds comes from a reimagining of Krav Maga's RCAT. Because it's not memorable enough. Because I was a Baptist preacher for 14 years. You got to have alliteration. Okay? That's where it came from. Okay, watch this one. This is a great disarm. I'll just show you an instance of this. What you're going to watch, this old boy right here is kind of security. There is another security person. She's standing right here. This dude is going to come down the hallway with a gun. She's going to see him coming down the hallway with a gun and going to nope right out of there. She is going to leave and leave our boy in the white shirt, who you can see is he's full-sized. Okay, he's tactically enhanced. And watch how he does. And what I want to ask is, how kung fu is his moves? She goes, nope, that guy's got a gun. He sees him and he goes, oh, heck no. Hey, buddy, you can't do that. Gun comes up, ha-boom. Did you see what he did? Stood right up in the guy's waist, grabbed a hold of the gun, hit him with the elbow on the way back, and just drove him from there. Simple, fast, and full throttle. Worked very well. Whooped that guy like, you know, he owed him money. Okay? Next one. This one is actually an Asian restaurant. Watch this guy walk in, point a gun at the head of the lady who is the owner. He's walking, looks like Kenny from South Park has had tough times. And he's pointing a gun at her, and she's like, hey, get away from me, bro. And she's yelling, and she doesn't like it. Now watch this one, really. So he's going to come up, point the gun. She's going to decide, nope, I'm grabbing it. And she goes to work. Now her husband comes out with a meat cleaver. And as soon as he does, that dude decides, no, you can have the gun. Now watch this. Did you catch that? Yeah. What did she do? Why did she have a negligent discharge? She thought it was a fake gun. 100% chance she thought it was fake. She saw that and went, that's not real. Give me that gun back. And then her husband chops at the guy and she goes, see, boom, oh. Again, how martial arts? How much kung fu? There's no kung fu there. Simple, fast, and full throttle. If you watch the principles there, she waited till she had the close distance, deflected it away from her head, dominated it with both hands. Husband came over with the meat cleaver to distract. That let her disarm him, take the gun away from him, and then disable, he ran off, so he couldn't hurt her anymore, okay? And then discharge negligently is the 7th D or something, I don't know. What was that?
Did he connect with the cleaver?
I don't know, they never caught the guy.
It certainly looked like he had a headshot.
Yeah, I've seen people take conks on the head with stuff like that in ways that don't actually hurt, believe it or not. So my point is this, is I want you to recognize that a lot of times people will say, oh, you have this super fancy gun disarm, I have this super technique. We have evidence basis to see better ways. And even if you don't accept my way, my strong suggestion to you is pressure test your technique. Pressure test your technique. Now, what do I mean by that? Pressure testing doesn't mean when a guy's standing there just doing this and then letting you hit him 47 times. That's not pressure testing. He has to have freedom of motion, malevolent intent, has to be a competitive environment. He has to be able to do whatever he wants and he has to want to win. If you get all those things together, you can start to pressure test. Doesn't mean you have to go full throttle, but you can figure out what works pretty quick.